Picnic at Hanging Rock was originally a novel by Joan Lindsay in 1967. Was made into a movie, I believe, early 1980s, with directed by Peter Weir, who also did things like Witness and Dead Poets Society. This is a TV miniseries. I think Foxtel showed it in Australia.
Yes,
is that right?
Australia,
It's set
correct.
It is set in Australia, and then it's been showing on Amazon Prime in the US. Now it's on BBC Two in the UK, and it's definitely on Wednesday nights. Set in 1900, we start by meeting the character of Hester Appleyard, played by Natalie Dormer. She's this sort of Cockney lower class person posing as this upper class sort of widow, purchases this like grand mansion and turns it into a girls' school. Then we flash forward to coming up to Valentine's Day of 1900. We meet these different types of characters, the schoolgirls that we'll be following. There's a sort of tomboyish one played by Samara Weaving, who we saw in Smilf. She's more of a sort of upper class heiress who they want to sort of marry off to various different sort of high-ranking officers. And then there's another character as well. As the title would suggest, they go to Hanging Rock for a picnic, and which is an annual thing for the school to do. But this year, the three girls plus one of their teachers goes missing, while Natalie Dormer's character is back at school sort of chastising one of the younger pupils who I believe was in an orphanage previously. This, I enjoyed sort of stylistically.
Matt wasn't keen on watching it, so we weren't going to.
I
wasn't that keen. You said you didn't fancy it.
I don't think it appealed to me because it was another period drama. I hadn't really heard a lot about it, but I think I tried it out, and I think stylistically there was a bit to talk about. The thing that sort of ruined it for me a little bit was the copy that I was watching kept sort of buffering and stopping.
I watched that copy. It didn't happen, so you might want to get onto your. But
then, see, I had to finish watching it on a streaming site, and it worked fine. So I don't think it had anything to do with my internet. Just weird. Maybe it was just the time I was watching it. They say no, you can't watch it at this specific time.
It's too late, Matt. Go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
So we weren't going to watch it, and then I said there was something to talk about, and you're both going to disagree with me now, aren't you?
I don't know. I think you've hit the nail right on the head there. I think stylistically it looks quite good. I think Natalie Dormer's a strong lead.
Oh no, she's not.
We were going to get some dissension here from me and Luke.
No. I know. Well, no,
never liked her. Never
I don't
ever.
think she's strong enough to anchor a series. She can be a good supporting player in something like Game of Thrones, but I think she was in The Tudors as one of the wives. But here, I think she has to be the lead. And I was thinking of several actresses who I thought could do a better job. I was thinking maybe Claire Foy would be good in this role, or
she's got some free time now as well.
Yeah, I think I think she lacks the presence to play like this dual role, this sort of authoritative headmistress.
There's something about her as an actress, let alone a character, that you just don't want to spend any time with her.
She hasn't got a lot of presence, has she? She's almost got like a off-putting aura to her, like a sort of standoffishness to her.
But I think that works in her favour in this role, because the role is very unlikable.
Yeah, but I don't think she has that presence to be that authoritarian.
I was intrigued. I think it went through quite quickly. I was thinking, as you say, period piece, blah, blah, blah. Actually, the plot moved along quite quickly and didn't sort of suffer too much background or exposition. But I don't think there was enough for me to watch another episode.
No, I agree.
I think if there was not a lot else on, and I think from now we've got some other stuff, I think I might keep on with this, but I'm not interested in doing that, seeing as we've got other shows we want to talk about.
What other shows have we got to talk about?
Well, I need to go and watch Hidden and, Keeping Faith and Unforgotten.
Don't watch Hidden.
No,
Let me do my mini review of Hidden. It is a Welsh Shetland.
Okay, fine. I won't be spending any time on Picnic at Hanging Rock.
I got to the end, and I just didn't really care enough to continue. Stylistically, I didn't really like the pink titles that they went for. I think it was an interesting, quite bold choice.
It's got a haziness about it, which is almost off-putting to it, because there's this sort of mystical quality to it. I found almost a bit off-putting, and I didn't find it an easy watch, mainly because of the buffering issues I had. But
that must have made it seem even more strange.
Yeah, but I
enjoyed bits of what I saw. Another criticism I would have, and this might be as Luke said, it might just be on me, is that the actresses playing the schoolgirls were in their 20s, and
Yeah,
I just
no,
found
I'd agree with
Oh
that.
yeah,
It
no,
kind of-
but
it
almost
kind
look
of
for that
grated
reason.
on
Natalie
me.
Dormer has quite a young face, and I think there's not a lot of years between her and say Samara Weaving, who's about 26, 27. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
just-
think that's difficult. So it's just Natalie Dormer is more sort of age in her late 30s, early 40s. It's just that she happens to be very fresh faced.
yeah,
It's not necessarily her fault.
but it's the fault of the casting director for casting.
Well, that's a separate issue.
17-year-old, 26-year-olds and 17-year-olds. Anyway,
Yeah.
I just found it just there, really. That's how I.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't sit there cursing you,
confusing.
going, "Why did you make me watch it?" But I also come, if we weren't talking about it now, then I would have just watched it and forgotten all about it, which is not what I want from TV, not what anyone wants, really. Just something they can forget about. Picnic at Hanging Rock, sort of a no from all three of us, but I am glad because we don't get many Australian imports, and I hope that this is a thing that happens more, that we get Australian
I
imports.
think this was bought mainly because they thought it would appeal to a BBC audience, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was surprised. I mean, I wasn't. I was surprised that it's not a BBC production. Certainly
Although
had
the
that look and feel.
BBC do seem to be doing more imports, what with Versace, and they've got Trust coming up
Yeah.
as well. So
But also, aren't they bringing over? I noticed on the previews bit that they did the trailer. They're bringing over the Sandra Oh project.
well,
that was on
that is
BBC
a BBC America.
Yeah, but it was BBC America which is being transferred. So they're even keeping some of that, some of the other stuff back for the summer,
Yes,
for the autumn.
I think they've made a mistake there, because Killing Eve is getting about as much praise as Keeping Faith is. I mean, the US critics love.
Yeah, I've seen a
Killing
lot
Eve,
of praise for that.
and I'm just thinking, put it on now while we haven't got anything.
Or
else
maybe because they have some investment in it, they're thinking, no, we'll get some better promotion
is it
out of
not
it in the
going to be
autumn.
BBC 3? I read, and then
and then BBC One. Yeah.
Oh right, and then iPlayer as well.